What's the best way for a candidate to prepare for a technical interview? So one of the things you mentioned is talk to the HR person to understand what's the big problem that the team is trying to resolve, right? So that's one thing they can do. What are some other things you would recommend?
For the technical interview, yeah, from your past experience, uh, whatever you have highlighted in the interview, just try to find something challenging from it and try to talk about it. Uh,
Mm,
so those challenging things, how we were able to solve it with context, and then make sure that context is same as what we are looking for as well in the requirement.
hmm
So okay, you're saying that okay, I know that your company has this problem, so this is how we solved it in our company in my previous experience. uh, okay, that you know that is what we are going to solve. And then you just come and do it here, so we'll just right away hire you. So yeah, that's the
Cool.
best way, not learning about what are the typical interview questions. I mean, obviously you have to know about the basics of Salesforce, right? If you don't know the basics of, so like, prepare about the out of box configurations, everything about the workflow rules, what all actions you can do, what is the difference between process builder and workflow rules, and between process builders and triggers, and then all the three, why we go for a bad job, why we go for a trigger, what are the different contexts. So these are like basics, right? If you don't know that, you don't know how to know the format of it, but at least know the basics of it, because when you know the basics, you can do anything on top of it, right? So if you don't know it, then you go readily and do some coding instead. So you have to know the out of box configurations, also the sharing and security model, which is very important. So yeah, learn the basics. So sometimes we'll get to it, because we need to know, like, not like every options what a workflow rule can do or anything, but we will ask you in a scenario like, why would you go for a workflow rule, why would you go for a process builder. So prepare in that perspective, right?
Great.
There are like 4 levels of security model. I mean, start with organize defaults, and then you start adding profiles, and then sharing rules, and then rules, like there are like four different ways, and then manual sharing. So there are like different ways of how you can open up security. So you get to know that, because that's very important as well.